I'm at the YOXO booth at Toy Fair with the founder and president of YOXO, Jeff Friedland Nelson. Thanks for talking with us today.
It's good to see you.
So I love this product because it just inspires creativity, and I want to talk a little bit about how you started with the idea, how you developed the product, and what it's become today.
Sure. It's great to be here and to be with sort of someone who's part of sort of the foundation of YOXO. So YOXO is a creative building set that is Y, O, and X shaped pieces. So the logo is actually the product. It gives you a good sense of what it does. And they connect however you want. When I invented YOXO, my daughter was 9 months old and our son was 3 years old. And I just brought home the prototypes and they immediately start building. There's no wrong way to use it. And the shapes connect to each other, and anywhere there's an X connection, it works with paper towel rolls and toilet paper tubes and cereal boxes. So not only is it creative, but it's also a great way to teach kids to be resourceful and to look at the house as a source of materials to have creative fun.
I love how open-ended it is because there are sets that, like this one, where it's just basically a stack of parts, and you really do need to use then a lot of paper towel and toilet paper tubes and cereal boxes to make things. And then you have some other sets that have a finished product to them. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we've realized that kids really want that first big build. So we do have sets that, are bigger and smaller and now getting even more complicated, like this new dragon, which comes out this summer called Fire. So it's a very complicated build. But in this box, we make it very clear that there's at least 4 other things to build, which hopefully cues to the child, like, oh, okay, now I can make other stuff. I can take it apart, I can invent my own toys, which is the point of YOXO.
So you talked about when you first started developing the product, you had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and brought home the prototypes, but how did you then, you've got this great idea, how do you launch it? How does this all get started?
Well, a lot of it comes down to partners, retailers. And so I actually rented an office right across the street from Creative Kid Stuff and spent a lot of my day thinking, how can I get this toy, not in every store in the country, just in that one store, that one Creative Kid Stuff store across the street. Met with buyers, started going through prototypes and learning about the toy industry to develop a product that not only is great for kids, but a toy that's going to sell, which obviously matters.
And YOXO has grown quite a bit over the past few years, right?
Yeah, it's been fun.
So how do you manage that growth? I mean, how do you know when to move or what to do or what the next step is?
A lot of it is making mistakes. You just try really hard. And so, one thing that we've done is brought on some really smart people. It's not just me anymore. And so now there are people that are from the toy industry, people that really know, how to make a great toy, how to market a great toy, how to sell a great toy. And so, yeah, now we're in up to about 300 stores, which is really fun.
That is incredible. I mean, and how many years have you been doing this?
So 3 years. I looked much younger 3 years ago. It's aged me.
That happens. Well, now that you've gotten so big in over 300 stores, you must have to outsource production to China, or how do you keep up with all the production?
So something that was very important to me, and actually my wife had this idea when I first started YOXO. She said, what if everything you make is recyclable? And at first I thought that was crazy. And then about 2 weeks later I realized that's a brilliant idea. So YOXO is actually made out of recycled wood pulp. It's cardboard, but really, really strong, that's made into chipboard. So it's very, very durable, lasts for years. But once you're done with it, again, it could be 2 or 3 years down the road, you can recycle it. That also makes it efficient to make in the US. So we actually manufacture YOXO ourselves in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is something that is very, very rare in the toy industry to be a US manufacturer.
Does that drive up the price of your products at all because it is made in the US?
That's something that we absolutely are dedicated to being competitive with cheap plastic toys made elsewhere. So the majority of our toys cost less than 20 bucks because we want to be accessible to every kid, not just kids with the means to afford expensive toys.
That's so great. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.